Rebecca and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to use your scrap papers and get them used up using simple nesting dies. They're quick and easy cards. There's lots of different variations of what you can do. I'm going to show you how to make this card with a green. Doesn't take much work at all really, and I've just had fun blasting through my stash making some of these. So you can make frames, you can make mats and layers for images that you've stamped and coloured in, or you can make these focal points like I'm going to show you in this card. There's lots of different options, so let me show you how I did it. Right, so I've got my nesting dies that I'm going to use. I've just picked this one because it's got a nice curved edge, and you can create some lovely card toppers and mats and layers with this one. I've gone for the green pile out of my scraps this week. I've got other colours to show you what I'm doing, but I just thought if I go with the green one, cause, I don't do very many green cards, so I thought I want to try and make some other cards that colours that I don't use all that much. So if you've got your nesting dies, all you need to do is put them in, obviously the right size order, and just make sure that there's the same gap around each side of the frames, and then use some Bow-Tack tape on the back just to secure them in place so that they don't move when you're putting them onto your cutting mats. So like I say, I've got these three pieces of green that are left over from other projects that I've done. So I'm just going to cut these out quickly, and then we can crack on. Photograph, there it's right at the side of me. I'm embossing plate and I've lost it already. Good day. Right, just use the tape around the edges just to keep it in place. Now this is a textured paper, but when you've got really well loved cutting mats like I have, it's best to put a sheet of paper or something over the top of this so that all the cut lines that are on this side of it, or your plates if you're using one of the bigger machines, so all these marks don't go onto the top of your paper. So you just put it over like that and it just stops it from transferring. So I'll just go and get those. Right, first colour cut, and then they just easily pop off. You could even use this part if you wanted to put it as a mount onto a card, just to make sure that you've got the same width and space around either side of it. You can just stick that straight onto a card back. So say you've got one of those, that'd work really well. You know, as an outline thing, you just put your topper in the middle or a sentiment or something. So I might do that with another one later. So, and then it's just a case of popping them all out. You've got all your different sizes. And the smallest ones, they are always the most awkward to get out. I think it's because there's not the other one, or the next out to popping out of place. So I'll go and do that with the other two greens, and I'll see you back in a moment. Alright, so I've got all three shades of green cut out now. Now, depending on what you're wanting to do, is whether if you would put it direct onto a card blank, or whether if you just put it on just any type of card, and then you can cut round the edge of it, so you've got, you know, free like free shapes now, and then you can decide what you're going to put it on later. I'm just going to put mine straight onto a card today, but I'll show you the other ones that I've got at the side, what I've already done in different colours. So I'm going to work with a 5x7 card blank. If you want to make one of these on your own, if you haven't got any short bolt ones, you just need a piece of card that's 10 inches by 7, and then score down the 10-inch side at 5 inches, and then fold and burnish. So right, so now it's just a case of deciding in which order you want to put your frames, and you just go down in descending order. It can just be totally random, or they can be as planned out as you want. And then all the ones that are left from the other sets you can just do in alternate colour, you know, like the opposite way around. You could start with the light and then go into dark. So that's just all totally up to you which way you want to do it. So yeah, let's make a good St Patrick's Day card, I think, this one. Right. So now it's just a case of sticking them all down in the place where you want them to be. So I'll just find my, because the thin borders, because we cut them out this way, I find it easier to use a needle point nose glue dispenser. I can't get my words out. You could also use foam pads, but I just want to keep these flat for today. Plus this has already got some depth on it because it's that textured green that I use. Right, so I've got them all in place now, and I'm really pleased with the colour combination, just with the 3 shades of green. Green's not usually a colour that I go for making cards, so I think this might switch me to using green more often. But like I say, because you've cut out all the frames in 3 different colours, you can do this in different colour combinations. Like I said, you could start with the light one and go darker towards the centre. So, or even if you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 7 different sizes here. So if you've got 7 different colours, you can do a proper rainbow effect of it. And let's show you the other ones that I've done in a moment. So what you can do now is you can either just use this as a bold topper for your cards, and you can just put a sentiment in the middle. You can put some gems and things around the outside. You could put some more stripes. You could do some inking around the edge. It's totally up to you what you want to do. I'm just wanting to keep these nice simple cards, just so that I've got some use of my scraps up with just nice simple cards to use. Now I think, right, wait. Now this is just a box of die cut toppers that I keep at the side of my desk. And that's a shape one, but it covers up the middle for me, so we shall have a look at what we've got. That's quite similar to the, just cover up the middle part, but well, everything so you could always put your topper off to the side and put something else on it if you wished. So this is the part now that everybody will go through, just deciding where they want to place everything. Just take some time and just play around and make sure that you're happy with it, you know, and you don't go and stick anything down until you've sort of auditioned it to where it's going to go on the... I think I'll go with that one because it's got similar sort of curves to it as the matte back, you know, the mats and nails that's behind it. Get these out of the way. Now with the sentiment, I want to have it raised up because the background's flat. I just want to give it some lift. Put it back in there. So let's get some foam pads. Use foam tape, or you could use 3D glue gel if you got that, or silicone glue. If you haven't got foam pads or anything like that, you could just cut around it several times on different cards and stack it up that way, then just stick it together with the, your regular glue. And if you just try and hover over the top just to try and get it how you want it. Don't press down on it until you're completely happy as to where it's going to go. Yeah, I'm alright with that one now. Just put the pin back in the glue because we don't want it drying up, because that's a real pain. If you've got these fine tip nozzles, if you leave the pin out, if there's any glue that's still inside the nozzle, it can dry really quickly, so just keep remembering to put your pin back in, because it's really difficult getting it out. So that's that one. I think I might just put a few, and then take some tweezers. You don't have to use tweezers, it's just I find them easier with me having the longer nails. Right, so that's the first card made. I might end up putting some more embellishments on it, but I quite like it when it's simple and it's just got that focal piece in the middle. It's just got this little decoration part in the corner, just with the gems. Again, it's totally up to you if you want to put anything like that. Even if you just wanted to, what's the word, distress around the edge of the card with a bit of coloured ink, you could do that if you've not got gems. There's lots of different options that you can do. You don't have to stick to what I'm doing, it's just what I'm showing you that I'm doing. Now, other versions of this type that I've done, these are already stuck onto pieces of card ready to go onto other cards, and that were just with the silver and green, and I've done them alternating. And then I did the same with black and white. Just shows you the difference, what it can be using, you know, them in the opposite ways, either way around, so you're getting two card bases from the same thing. Now this one I did with the 4 different shades of 4 different colours, sorry, and what I've done is I've got them all in alternating ways, but this one and this one I've put through the embossing machine, through it in an embossing folder and put it through, and it's just giving it that extra dimension just to the base piece. And then on this one I've just put a topper on top. Well, that's where you generally put a topper on top of the thing, but this is just what I'm going to put straight onto a card, and then it's a really quick and easy card that I'm going to do, so I'll put that one together and then it's ready and done. And then another one that I've done with the embossing folder, I've done with yellow and gold. It's nice summertime colours. This one's got a roses background on, and it just, like I say, it just gives it that extra element really to the front of your card. And then if you don't want to use the frames, if you just cut them out in different colours, not nested together, not like this, but if you just cut them out individually into different colours, then you can mat and layer them up like this. So all your scraps of your card can be just used up making bases for future cards that you're going to do. If you're just wanting to blast through your scrap pile, you can just make tons of these in all different shapes and all different colourways. So generally what I've done is, like, I've done the two sizes but either in two different colours, or I've done multiple of the same colour, because I think that one I'll use most of the same. But this one, I've used this one on a card already, but I had the light purple in the middle and then I had the dark purple on the outside, and it just gives it that bit of added something to your card. And then this one's got a textured cardstock already on it. I don't know if you can see, I think it's like a cotton weave, I think it was called, something like that. And it's just got that texture on it, so you don't need to put that through the embossing folder because it's already got some. And then the other option is just making frames on their own, ones that are left over from, like the one that I've just shown you how to do, just keeping it like that, and you could have a shaped card. So say if you didn't want to have a standard shaped card blank, what you could do is stick your frame up to where the scored part is, it's folded, because that's where it's going to connect. So you need to have it hanging slightly over it, and then when it's stuck down you cut round the outside all the way around. Once it's stuck down, you have to go through both layers of your card, but then you would have a shaped card to that shape of nesting die that you're using, just so that you've got a different shape rather than just sending your bog standard 5x7 or 6x6, whichever that you're sending. So that's just another option for you. But yeah, I like just playing around and putting these sort of quick cards together, because you just blast through your scraps, because none of us can bear to throw away any of our scraps. And yeah, and also get these toppers, because these toppers you get loads in magazines and things like that. And again, I can't bear to throw anything away, so I tend to use these on these quick cards that I'm making, and then it finds a home for them. So I hope that's helped you this week. Just another way to use up your scrap papers. It doesn't have to be scrap papers, you can just do them out of your normal coloured cardstock, or even pattern paper. You could use those, so you've got you could have a nice flower border and things if you've got flowery paper, and you know, sky's the limit as to up to your imagination of what you want to do with these. So like I said, I hope you've enjoyed it, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.